1. Biden commutes federal death sentences. We start with a major move from the White House. President Biden has commuted the sentences of most federal death row inmates, reducing their sentences to life in prison. This decision impacts 33 out of 37 inmates housed in Terre Haute's federal prison, including 7 Texans. While some are praising this as a step towards justice, others are outraged, including representatives of former President Trump and a senator who called the move totally nuts. 2. Trump eyes Greenland and Panama Canal. In other news related to the former president, Donald Trump is making headlines with his comments about acquiring Greenland and potentially retaking control of the Panama Canal. Leaders from both Greenland and Panama have firmly rejected these ideas. Greenland's prime minister stated, "We are not for sale." 3. Trump and Musk, a shifting dynamic. The relationship between former President Trump and Elon Musk appears to be shifting. Reports suggest a growing tension, with Trump downplaying Musk's influence in Republican politics. This comes as Musk's power in Washington is being increasingly scrutinized. 4. GOP faces internal strife. The Republican Party is facing internal challenges, with a recent spending rebellion signaling potential difficulties for a possible all-Republican government under Trump. There's also a messy battle over the speakership, which some fear could even delay the 2024 election certification. Adding to the GOP's woes, a report on Congressman Matt Gaetz contains salacious allegations of payments for sex and drug use. Democrats and bipartisanship. On the other side of the aisle, Democrats are watching the GOP's internal struggles with a mix of glee and strategic calculation. Some Democrats believe working with Republicans is the path back to power, while others argue that brain-dead bipartisanship is getting them nowhere. 6. Social Security Bill. In a rare bipartisan move, the Senate has passed a bill addressing Social Security, repealing the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. This legislation is set to boost benefits for millions. However, former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley has been called to testify about a Social Security remote work policy. Number 7. Aging in Congress. The issue of aging lawmakers is back in the spotlight, following reports that Representative Granger is experiencing dementia issues. This has renewed the debate about the challenges of an aging Congress. 8. United Healthcare CEO murder case. In a high-profile case that continues to grip New York, Luigi Mangione, the suspect in the murder of United Healthcare's CEO, has pleaded not guilty. Supporters of Mangione are using the case to voice broader grievances about the healthcare system. 9. Woman set on fire in NYC subway. In a horrific incident that has shocked the nation, a woman was fatally set on fire in a New York City subway car. The suspect, identified as a Guatemalan migrant, has been charged with murder. Reports indicate that bystanders did not intervene, sparking a conversation about public safety and responsibility. 10. Crime across the U.S. We have a wave of crime reports from across the country. In North Carolina, a police officer was fatally shot at a supermarket, with the suspect now in custody. Shootings have also been reported at malls in Indianapolis and Dayton, Ohio, thankfully with no fatalities. Additionally, there's been a fatal shooting at a convenience store in Florida and a deadly fire in Bridgeport, Connecticut. 11. Thefts, drugs, and arrests. From coast to coast, we're seeing reports of thefts, drug busts, and arrests. Highlights include a Shakopee, Minnesota prison inmate charged with a $60,000 swindling scheme, multiple arrests in California related to drugs and firearms, and a Crime Stoppers search for a bank robber in Wichita Falls, Texas. 12. Accidents and natural events. In California, a partial wharf collapse sent 3 people into the ocean, with 1 man tragically dying after being trapped by debris. Meanwhile, Hawaii's Kilauea volcano has erupted, sending lava gushing to the surface in a spectacular display. 13. Community and local news. We have a mix of community and local news to share. In Minnesota, the Mower SWCD board chair will serve as VP for a state group. A retiring Flathead County, Montana clerk of court is being celebrated for her innovations. And in Indiana, 2 communities have been designated for the 2024 Stellar Pathways program. 14. Holiday happenings. As we approach Christmas, we have some holiday-related updates. A storm is expected to hit the Cascades on Christmas Day, so travelers should be prepared. The Union Gospel Mission in Sioux Falls is preparing for a Christmas Day giveaway, and a museum in Vermont is offering a glimpse into the state's Christmas past. 1. Syria's Assad regime falls, new leadership takes control. After years of conflict, the Assad regime in Syria has fallen. Rebel forces now control the country, marking a pivotal moment in the long and bloody civil war. The international community is watching closely as a new leadership emerges, promising a fresh start for the war-torn nation. This sudden turn of events has reshaped the power dynamics in the Middle East. 2. Syria's new leader vows to disband armed factions and unify weapon control. Syria's new leader, al-Shara, has made a significant promise to bring all weapons in the country under state control. This includes disbanding various armed factions that have been operating independently. It's a bold move aimed at restoring order and stability after years of fragmentation and violence. He seeks to reassure the international community that he is no jihadi. 3. Regional powers begin outreach to Syria's new government. In a flurry of diplomatic activity, top diplomats from Jordan and Qatar have met with Syria's new leadership. These meetings signal a potential shift in regional alliances and a willingness to engage with the post-Assad government. Discussions are centering around reconstruction and humanitarian aid, reflecting a cautious optimism about Syria's future. 4. Turkey's role in a post-Assad Syria and the Kurdish question. With the fall of Assad, Turkey's complex relationship with Syria enters a new phase. There are concerns that the Kurdish issue could be reignited. A recent opinion piece in War on the Rocks raises the question of whether this transition will reopen Turkey's Kurdish Pandora's box, highlighting the delicate balance of power in the region. Meanwhile, a Turkish minister mentioned that Syria's new government is ready to take control of ISIS detainee camps. 5. The end of an era. Assad's inner circle scrambles to escape. Reports are surfacing about the chaotic final days of the Assad regime. Sources describe a frantic scramble as Assad's inner circle attempted to flee the country, with some even seeking refuge in Russia. The New York Times paints a picture of deception and betrayal within the regime's highest ranks. Meanwhile, there are unconfirmed reports that Bashar al-Assad's wife has filed for divorce and is seeking to move to the UK. 6. Iran's diminished influence in a post-Assad Syria. Analysts are pointing out that the fall of Assad represents a major blow to Iran's influence in the region. With its key ally gone, Iran's strategic position is weakened. Some experts even speculate that a stable post-Assad Syria might require Tehran's involvement, albeit in a much reduced capacity. 7. Israel-Palestine conflict. Israel confirms assassination of Hamas leader in Tehran. In a major escalation, Israel has confirmed that it assassinated Hamas political chief Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran back in July. This is the first time Israel has acknowledged the killing. The move is likely to further inflame tensions in the region and raises questions about the future of the already fragile relationship between Israel and Hamas. 8. Israeli strikes in Gaza. Result in civilian casualties. The humanitarian situation in Gaza remains dire, with reports of dozens killed in recent Israeli strikes. Medical officials in Gaza say that at least 58 people, including children, have been killed in the latest attacks. The international community continues to call for a ceasefire and an end to the violence that has plagued the region. 9. Israel vows to destroy Houthi militants. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has ordered the military to destroy the Houthi militants in Yemen. This comes as the Houthis, who are enemies of Israel, continue to pose a threat in the Red Sea. Israel's officials are reportedly urging a direct attack on Iran, reflecting a significant escalation in the conflict. 10. Progress reported in hostage negotiations, but timeline uncertain. There are signs of hope amid the conflict. Negotiations for a potential hostage deal between Israel and Hamas are showing some progress. Israeli officials report that Hamas has shown signs of life for a few hostages, and some gaps have narrowed between the two sides. While Netanyahu signals progress, he remains cautious about providing a specific timeline. Israel is reportedly demanding that 11 male hostages be included in the first stage of any deal. 11. Bethlehem's somber Christmas. Amid Gaza war. In Bethlehem, the birthplace of Jesus, Christmas celebrations are muted this year due to the ongoing war in Gaza. The city is planning another somber observance, overshadowed by the conflict. A recent study highlighted the significant decline of the Christian population under the Palestinian Authority and Hamas, adding another layer to the complex situation. Meanwhile, the Catholic Patriarch of Jerusalem has made a rare visit to Gaza, following a previous statement by the Pope that he had been blocked from entering. 12. Ex-Mossad agents detail operation that broke Hezbollah's Nasrallah. Former Mossad agents have revealed details of a covert operation involving exploding pagers that reportedly broke Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. The operation, which took place over a decade ago, involved delivering explosive devices disguised as pagers to Hezbollah terrorists. This revelation provides a glimpse into the shadowy world of espionage and the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. The Middle East remains a hotbed of conflict and uncertainty. We'll continue to monitor these developments closely. Now let's shift our focus to Europe. 13. European political landscape. France's new government takes shape after previous collapse. French President Emmanuel Macron has appointed a new cabinet, following the dramatic collapse of the previous government. Interestingly, many ministers from the short-lived predecessor have been reappointed. This move comes as France grapples with budgetary challenges and the need to avoid another government collapse. Critics are saying that there is nothing very new about this new government. 14. Slovak leaders meeting with Putin sparks controversy. The Slovak Prime Minister, Robert Fico, has sparked controversy by meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. This breaks with the European Union's policy of isolating Russia. Ukrainian President Zelensky has accused Fico of helping Putin weaken Europe. The meeting also comes ahead of the expiry of a gas deal between Slovakia and Russia, raising concerns about energy security. NATO's Rutte has also criticized Zelensky for attacking Germany's Scholz, calling it unfair. From France to Slovakia, political tensions are high. Let's now look at what's happening in Germany. 15. Germany in the aftermath of the Magdeburg attack. Magdeburg Christmas market attack sparks fear and disinformation. A deadly attack at a Christmas market in Magdeburg, Germany, has sent shockwaves through the country. The attack, which involved a vehicle ramming into the market, is the latest in a series of attacks using vehicles as weapons. The incident has fueled fears of deeper social divisions and sparked a wave of disinformation, leading to mistrust in German leaders. Authorities are investigating the suspect's background, revealing a long history of red flags. Germany is in mourning, but the repercussions of this attack are far-reaching. Let's move now to a different kind of threat. 6. Developments in the Russia-Ukraine war. Ukrainian strike hits Russian Shahed drone warehouse. Ukrainian intelligence claims that a mysterious fire has engulfed a Russian warehouse storing parts for Shahed drones. The warehouse reportedly contained $16 million worth of parts. This is a significant blow to Russia's drone capabilities, which have been a key component of its military strategy. 17. Ukraine reports heavy casualties among North Korean troops in Kursk. Ukrainian President Zelensky has reported that over 3,000 North Korean soldiers have been killed or wounded in fighting near Kursk, Russia. This revelation raises questions about North Korea's involvement in the conflict. Reports indicate that North Korean troops are being given fake Russian military IDs. Satellite images also show North Korea boosting arms flow to Russia. South Korea has detected signs of North Korea preparing more troops and drones for Russia. 18. Ukraine's innovative drone missile hybrid technology. Ukraine is making strides in developing new long-range weapon technology. Reports highlight how Ukraine's new drone missile hybrids are changing the game. These innovative weapons are giving Ukraine a greater capacity to strike deep within Russian territory. Ukraine's all-robot drone team has also reportedly defended a 5-mile stretch against 8,000 Russian soldiers. 19. Ukraine's bold strike on Kazan, Russia. In a significant escalation, Ukraine has carried out a major drone attack on Kazan, Russia, located over 1,000 kilometers from the front line. This strike demonstrates Ukraine's growing boldness and its ability to reach deep into Russian territory. Russian President Putin has threatened more destruction for Ukraine in response to the attack. 20. Assassinations. Target pro-war figures in Russia. A series of assassinations targeting pro-war figures in Russia is seeking to demoralize the country and punish those seen as responsible for the conflict. Recently, a Russian general was killed in a bombing claimed by Ukraine. An Uzbek man has been charged in Moscow in connection with the killing. The incident highlights the escalating tensions and the increasingly personal nature of the conflict. The war in Ukraine is evolving rapidly. We'll keep you updated on the latest developments. Let's now shift our focus to a different region. 21. Mozambique's disputed election. Mozambique's disputed election result upheld by top court. Mozambique's top court has confirmed the victory of the ruling party candidate, Filipe Chapo, in the recent disputed presidential election. The opposition candidate, Osufo Mondlane, had challenged the results, alleging widespread irregularities. This decision is likely to further inflame tensions in the country, with many questioning the fairness of the electoral process. 22. Remembering the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. 20 years later, trauma of Indian Ocean tsunami still lingers. It's been 20 years since the devastating Indian Ocean tsunami struck, claiming hundreds of thousands of lives. For survivors, the trauma of that day still lingers. As we mark this somber anniversary, we're reminded of the immense power of nature and the importance of disaster preparedness. One Indonesian survivor still holds on to hope for a missing son, a powerful reminder of nature's force and the resilience of the human spirit. Now let's turn to some technological and scientific news. 23. Scientific discoveries and technological updates. We have some fascinating discoveries and advancements to share with you. Well-preserved mammoth carcass found in Russia. Russian scientists have announced the discovery of what they believe to be the world's best-preserved mammoth carcass. This incredible find could provide valuable insights into prehistoric life and the conditions of the ancient world. 24. Ancient inscription challenges conventional history of Christianity. The discovery of an once-seen 800-year-old silver amulet in Italy could rewrite the history of Christianity in the early Roman Empire. The inscription on the amulet suggests a different timeline and narrative than previously understood. This find is generating excitement among archaeologists and historians alike. 25. Missing Malaysia Airlines flight. MH370. New search efforts underway. 10 years after the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370, new search efforts are underway. Malaysia has agreed to resume the hunt for the missing plane, which vanished with 239 people on board. Recent analysis using ham radio breadcrumbs has provided new clues, offering a glimmer of hope that the mystery might finally be solved. 26. U.S. military updates. The USNI News Fleet and Marine Tracker provides updates on the movements and activities of the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps. Additionally, National Review has published photo series showcasing the U.S. military defending America. 27. U.S. Navy jet shot down in friendly fire incident over Red Sea. In a concerning incident, a U.S. Navy ship accidentally shot down one of its own jets over the Red Sea. Fortunately, both aviators were safe. The incident highlights the risks and complexities of operating in a high-tension environment. From ancient discoveries to modern-day mishaps, the world of science and technology is always full of surprises. 28 other global headlines. Let's cover a few more important stories from around the globe. Cargo ship capsizes at Istanbul port, one injured. A cargo ship rolled onto its side at an Istanbul port, injuring one person. The cause of the accident is under investigation. This incident highlights the potential dangers of maritime operations. 29. Small plane crash in Brazil claims 10 lives. In a tragic accident, a small plane crashed into a house in southern Brazil, killing all 10 passengers on board. The plane crashed in a town popular with tourists. Authorities are investigating the cause of the crash. 30. Climate change pushing governments to the brink. A new report warns that climate change is pushing some governments to the breaking point. Extreme weather events, resource scarcity, and rising sea levels are exacerbating existing social and political tensions. Scientists are also closing in on why the Earth is warming faster than expected. 31. Iran's weakened position and nuclear concerns. The White House's National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, has warned that a weakened Iran could be more likely to pursue nuclear weapons. This comes amid escalating tensions in the Middle East and growing concerns about Iran's nuclear program. Some are calling Iran the low-hanging fruit of the anti-American axis. Meanwhile, former U.S. President Trump has proposed high-level talks with Iran through Oman. 32. Black Sea oil spill worsens. Tankers in distress. An oil spill in the Black Sea, caused by the wreck of Russian tankers, is worsening. At least 3 tankers have sent distress calls. Volunteers are stepping up to help with the cleanup, as the Russian government's response is being criticized as inadequate. 33. Jewish sect members raid Guatemalan shelter, recapture children. Members of the Lev Tahoe Jewish sect have reportedly raided a shelter in Guatemala and recaptured children who had been rescued in a previous raid. Guatemalan authorities had found the children after an investigation into abuse allegations within the sect. This incident highlights the ongoing challenges in protecting vulnerable children from harm. 1. It ends with us. Actor Brandon Sklenar defends Blake Lively amid lawsuit. Actor Brandon Sklenar, who stars in the film adaptation of It Ends With Us, is urging people to read Blake Lively's complaint against director Justin Baldoni. This comes amid a messy lawsuit surrounding the production. It seems there's some serious behind-the-scenes drama happening. 2. Blake Lively's co-stars rally around her amid legal battle. Blake Lively's former Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants co-stars are showing their support, standing in solidarity with her during this legal battle. It's clear that Lively has a strong support system in Hollywood. It will be interesting to see how this whole thing will play out. Number 3. Amber Heard speaks out on Blake Lively allegations. Adding another layer to the story, Amber Heard has weighed in on the allegations against Justin Baldoni. She is sharing her thoughts on the situation, which is sure to fuel further discussion online. This lawsuit is going to be a big deal. Stay tuned for more information. Sean Diddy Combs mounting legal troubles. Diddy hit with a $15 million sexual assault lawsuit. Things are not looking good for music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Diddy has been slapped with another lawsuit, this time a $15 million sexual assault claim. A former male employee is accusing him of sexual battery and detailing what he calls wild king nights. This is just the latest in a string of legal woes for the rapper. 5. Diddy, accused of rape at infamous 1991 charity event. Another lawsuit has surfaced, this time alleging that Diddy committed rape during a charity event back in 1991. The details are disturbing, and it seems like Diddy's past is catching up with him. These accusations add to the mounting legal pressure Diddy is facing. 6. Farewell to Bert the Crocodile Dundee. Bert the Crocodile Dundee crocodile passes away at 90. We've got some sad news from the animal kingdom. Bert, the massive Australian crocodile who famously appeared in the movie Crocodile Dundee, has passed away at the estimated age of 90. He lived a long and remarkable life at a reptile habitat in Australia. Bert was a true icon, and he'll be missed by fans around the world. 7. Nicole Kidman's new film Baby Girl is making waves. A24's new erotic drama Baby Girl, starring Nicole Kidman, isn't just trying to shock audiences. Critics are saying it's aiming for something deeper, sparking conversations about power dynamics and workplace relationships. According to the director, Nicole Kidman had no reservations about filming the sex scenes. 8. Baby Girl review. Nicole Kidman commands erotic office drama. Reviews for Baby Girl are praising Nicole Kidman's commanding performance in this erotic office drama. The film explores complex themes of power and desire, and it's definitely generating a lot of conversation online. Critics are saying this movie will challenge your views on equality in the workplace. Number 9. Underrated movies of 2024. 7 underrated movies of 2024. You should stream now. If you're looking for something new to watch, we've got you covered. There have been some fantastic movies released this year that might have flown under your radar. We're talking hidden gems on Netflix, Hulu, Max, and other streaming platforms. Critics are highlighting daring and original films that deserve more attention, so be sure to check out these recommendations for your next movie night. 10. Jodie Turner-Smith and Joshua Jackson's divorce drama. The divorce between Jodie Turner-Smith and Joshua Jackson is taking a turn. Jodie Turner-Smith seeks child support from Joshua Jackson. Jodie Turner-Smith is now demanding that her estranged husband, Joshua Jackson, pay child support. Initially, it seemed like a smooth split, but now there's disagreement over finances. It looks like this divorce might be more complicated than we initially thought. Now let's get into some exciting news about upcoming projects from 2 major names in Hollywood. 11. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey and Timothée Chalamet's Bob Dylan biopic. Get ready for some epic storytelling. Christopher Nolan to direct The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan's next project has been revealed, and it's a big one. He's taking on Homer's The Odyssey and it's described as a mythic action epic that will be shot with new IMAX technology. This is huge news for Nolan fans, and we can't wait to see his take on this classic tale. 12. Timothée Chalamet stars as Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown. Timothée Chalamet is transforming into Bob Dylan in the upcoming biopic A Complete Unknown. Early reviews are calling his portrayal audacious. The film recreates 1960s New York City with incredible detail. Chalamet hopes the film will introduce a new generation to Dylan's music. However, some critics are saying that Chalamet is bigger than Dylan in the movie, which could be a problem. Let's move on to a legal update in a case that's been making headlines for years. 13. Alec Baldwin's Rust case update. There's been a major development in the Alec Baldwin Rust case. Alec Baldwin manslaughter case over as prosecutor drops appeal. The manslaughter case against Alec Baldwin in the Rust shooting incident is officially over. The prosecutor has withdrawn their appeal, meaning the charges against Baldwin will not be reinstated. This is a significant win for Baldwin, bringing an end to this long and complex legal battle. Get ready because Queen Bey is coming to your living room. 14. Beyoncé's NFL halftime show on Netflix. Beyoncé fans, rejoice! Beyoncé's halftime show to stream on Netflix for a limited time. Beyoncé's highly anticipated NFL halftime show will be available to rewatch on Netflix, but only for a few hours. This is a major event, and even Baltimore Ravens' Lamar Jackson plans to skip his halftime meeting to watch the performance. Netflix is also airing 2 NFL games on Christmas Day, so get ready for a football and music extravaganza. And finally, let's talk about the return of a global phenomenon. 15. Squid Game Season 2. The wait is almost over. Squid Game returns for Season 2, hoping to recapture the magic. Squid Game is coming back for a second season, and Netflix is hoping to recapture the magic of the first season. The global phenomenon took the world by storm, and fans are eagerly anticipating what's next. The cast is even recommending which scenes to rewatch from Season 1 to prepare for the new season. That's all for today's news. We hope this has helped you stay informed on the major events shaping our world. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date. We'll see you in the next video.